As we find ourselves in a wave of AI hype, it can be hard not to get carried away. How should we treat this technology, and where is it all headed? This presentation will explore a framework for developing a more rational and less hype-driven view of where technology is headed and what it means for all of us. Across every sector, artificial intelligence is proving to be a transformational force. It is a pivotal technology that is actively reshaping the business landscape. As its integration accelerates, it raises vital questions about ethics, operational efficiency, and our strategic foresight. Today, we open the dialogue needed to navigate these complexities effectively and understand the path forward. We're currently in a wave of AI hype, making it difficult to see where things are actually headed. To help us navigate this, I'll be turning to the work of futures designer Nick Foster. Having helped imagine and prototype emerging technologies inside companies like Google, Apple, and Sony, he sure has a unique perspective. His book, Could, Should, Might, Don't, provides a critical framework for moving beyond the hype and adopting a more thoughtful and balanced approach to the future of business and society. Investments in artificial intelligence are surging as organizations race to adopt the latest technology. But what is the actual cost, and what is the return? For many, achieving meaningful results has proven to be a significant challenge. Looking at the data, investment in artificial intelligence surged by 30% from 2023 to 2024. With such massive investments made, the vital question is, what is the expected return? For the year 2025, the projected return on investment for new AI initiatives is 15%. There's a growing disconnect between the hype surrounding AI and the on-the-ground experience for businesses. 3 out of every 4 companies are struggling with AI implementation. And the primary driver behind this challenge is the high cost involved. Beyond the high costs and technical challenges, there's a more fundamental problem holding back AI adoption: a lack of clear strategy. Looking ahead, it's estimated that by 2026, annual global spending on AI technologies, including software, hardware, and services, will reach over $300 billion. When we talk about the future of AI, our conversations often become unbalanced, falling into traps of either pure hype or fear. To find a more rational path, I turn to a framework from Nick Foster's book, Could, Should, Might, Don't. The could mindset is where we find the flashy and exciting ideas about AI's potential. It's what allows us to envision a future with enhanced automation and groundbreaking medical solutions. Next, we have the should perspective. This is the confident, action-oriented mindset, focusing on certainty and predictions. The problem is, this can lead to what's been called intuition backed by data. By over-relying on predictions, this view overlooks the inherent unpredictability of technology and human behavior. But what if we admit that we can't perfectly predict the future? That's the core of the might mindset. This perspective forces us to move past simple predictions and consider a wide range of scenarios for AI's development, both good and bad. Finally, we have the don't perspective. This critical viewpoint forces us to recognize and actively avoid undesirable futures. It asks us to consider how any new technology can be a tool, but also how it could become a weapon. This mindset encourages a focus on ethical implications, potential misuse, and societal impacts. Most of us are eager to contemplate the future, yet we often feel limited in our ability to do so. A major reason is that the future is deeply contextual. It looks different depending on who you are, where you live, and your cultural or socioeconomic background. We are constantly going through cycles of hype and excitement, and right now, we're in an AI wave. This reflects the unprecedented pace of technological change, where each breakthrough brings new challenges. This acceleration makes it hard to see where things are headed. A significant challenge we face is the limitation of our collective imagination. We're often constrained by societal norms and narratives borrowed from science fiction. This creates a shortfall in creative thinking because it assumes we've all seen the same movies and want the same outcomes. Navigating the complexities of technological advancement requires more than just hype. It's not about recreating science fiction. It's about envisioning potential futures and translating those abstract ideas into tangible starting points. By creating sketchy, scrappy, version 0 prototypes, this approach helps us explore what's possible, address real-world challenges, and shape technology that provides genuine value. Tech companies are famously thirsty for the future, but their performance is a constant balancing act. They invest heavily in research to create cutting-edge technologies that give them a competitive edge. However, this drive can be performative, leading to an emphasis on visionary concepts that don't always translate into practical applications. It's a culture that can produce amazing breakthroughs, but also expensive projects that ultimately don't lead anywhere. There can be a massive disconnect between a company's vision and the user's reality. With AI, for example, the costs are out of control, and the return on investment has so far been limited or even negative. The adoption of AI isn't a straight line. It's a hype cycle with booms and busts. Right now, we're in the boom. The AI hype cycle begins with a phase of initial excitement, the stage where significant investment and media coverage promote high expectations of rapid advancement. It's a time called could futurism, flashy, exciting ideas that drive motivation. After the initial excitement, the next phase of the cycle is disillusionment. This is where early adopters face significant challenges, and the hype begins to fade, as many projects are failing to deliver on their grand promises, leading to a necessary and healthy skepticism. Following the hype and disillusionment, we enter a more mature phase. Here, businesses begin to integrate AI pragmatically. Instead of chasing sci-fi dreams, the focus shifts to realistic applications. This is where a more balanced, rational view of AI's true potential finally starts to emerge, moving from abstract ideas to real-world value. Let's look more closely at could futurism. This is the positive, exciting mindset that catalyzes visionary thinking. While it's great for motivating teams and fueling competition, it can also be misleading. When these grand promises fail to materialize, it can cause widespread disillusionment and complicates ethical considerations by pushing a future not everyone wants. Next is should futurism, which warns of the dangers of over-relying on predictions. While data is vital, its reliance can mislead decisions, leading to rigid plans that can't adapt. Instead of just relying on numbers, true insight comes from complementing data with sound judgment, fostering adaptive strategies that can respond when predictions don't match reality. Now, let's explore might futurism. This is the mindset that acknowledges a fundamental truth. The future is uncertain. It encourages a comprehensive examination of many potential scenarios for AI, allowing us to envision both optimistic and pessimistic outcomes. While exploring the many possible futures of AI is vital, it comes with a significant risk: analysis paralysis. The sheer complexity and the endless potential scenarios can hinder decision-making, leaving organizations feeling underpowered and unable to act. To navigate this challenge, organizations must simplify their analysis and learn to act decisively on the most relevant insights. Instead of trying to make one confident prediction about AI, effective scenario planning is about exploring many possibilities. By constructing multiple plausible futures, businesses can better identify opportunities and threats. What if the most important question isn't what we can do, but what we shouldn't? This mindset of don't futurism focuses on the futures we want to avoid, pushing us to address ethical implications and potential misuse to ensure progress benefits the broader community, not just a select few. Creating space for nuance is about finding the right balance between optimism and skepticism. It encourages open dialogue and collaboration because not everyone wants the future envisioned by a select few. By promoting diverse perspectives and acknowledging unintended consequences, we can have a more humble and balanced conversation about AI. Business leaders have a critical role in guiding AI development past the hype. Instead of pursuing visionary concepts born from a crisis of imagination, the focus must shift to the average user. The future is contextual. It looks different depending on who you are. Leaders must ensure AI systems are designed for these diverse needs. When we look at past innovations, we see a clear pattern. Technology is often used in ways its creators never intended. The internet is a perfect example, starting as a tool for academics before transforming into a global platform for everything. It teaches us the humility needed to guide AI development, knowing we can't predict all the ways it will eventually be used. The mobile phone, originally designed just for voice calls, has been repurposed for countless applications like photography and navigation. It shows how a technology can evolve beyond its original intent. A key lesson in technology is that design must be adaptable. A technology can be designed as a tool, but it can easily become something else once it's out in the world. That's why products must be built with flexibility in mind, allowing users to shape their functions based on real-world needs and context, ensuring the technology remains useful long after its initial release. So, how do we build a healthy relationship with AI? It starts by understanding its limitations and realities. It requires finding a level of humility and balance, recognizing that any technology can lead to both good and bad outcomes. We need to move forward with both excitement and caution. Our desire to think about what's next is high, but our ability to do so is limited. To close that gap, we must encourage diverse perspectives. By encouraging diverse voices and critical inquiry, we can look past the hype and have a more humble, rational conversation, ensuring that these transformative technologies ultimately advance human well-being rather than detract from it. Hence, your perspective is important. By fostering an open exchange of ideas, we can explore the real implications of AI for business and society. I'm Dr. Milan Toma, a faculty member and researcher at the College of Osteopathic Medicine, New York Institute of Technology. My main focus is the practical application of AI, particularly in medicine. Over the years, I've collaborated with both medical and engineering students, publishing research on how AI can support a wide range of medical diagnoses. Work that culminated in my book, AI-Assisted Medical Diagnostics. Beyond the technical aspects, I'm equally interested in the human side of technology, writing about society and well-being. This blend of experiences, together with insights from Nick Foster's book, which served as the foundation for this presentation, shapes my perspective on this topic.